Hello, hello. An excellent question. I suppose we'll have to find out, won't we? Anyways, Wing Commander. Kind of a classic. A game that was on just about everything. We're playing the DOS original version, though. And of course the window size changed, naturally. Let me... center that. There we go. That's better. In the distant future, mankind is locked in a... That went way too fast for me to read. Designed by Chris Roberts, known for Wing Commander, Strike Commander, and nothing else of consequence. Produced by Chris Roberts and Warren Spector. That's a combo, ain't it? Anyways, while you can play this game very capably with the keyboard, I'm going to be using my controller, which is a little fast, but it'll be fine. Oh no. This is also a ploy to get you to enter your chosen name and call sign. When this game first came out, our character did not have an established character. But with the knowledge of Future Sight from the series, we can make him canon. Got the worst score, yeah. Yeah, we were just playing. We were in the training simulator and we died. Check the kill board. All characters that we will meet over the course of the game here. We're at the very bottom with nothing. We can talk to the bartender, Paladin, and Angel. But before we really get started here, this game has actually quite a robust branching path system, depending on how well you do in your campaign missions. So let me pop up something I've prepared here. Nope. We are battling for the Vega sector against the Kilrathi. And, we are starting out in the Enyo system, which you can see diagonal down right a little bit from the Vega star. If we do well in our missions, we will move up towards Kilrathi space, marked by the dotted line, and eventually into the Venice system to kick them out of the sector. If we do poorly, we will start moving back downwards on the map towards Hell's Kitchen, which will end the game with with the humans being chased out of the sector. Both valid endings. The only way to really get a game over in this is to actually get shot down and die. If you look online, you generally don't see much of the failure path. What I'm going to do is only reload if we actually die. If we end up losing the war, that's fine. Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to just try to get to an end. Out of the way, map. Let's get talking. Belly on up, friend, and take a load off. You must be Maverick. I'm Shotglass. Welcome aboard the Claw. Used to be a pilot myself, until the Fleabags shot me up so bad I couldn't fly. Guess I flew with most every pilot on the Claw. So if you want to know how one pilot or another flies, old Shotglass is the guy to ask. Stop by when you're off duty and we'll talk more. Ach, laddie, take a seat and tilt a glass at the old paladin. I recall once when I was just a lieutenant like yourself there. We were flying patrol over Accord, the fourth planet in the Alliance system. These four Karathi Southie came zooming in with the sun at their backs. Hello, Molly. How you doing? What is the point, monsieur? There is one we. You know, you can make an argument that the Sega CD version is actually one of the better ways to play the original Wing Commander, and not be entirely wrong. They always turn to the left, by the way. Got something to do with the way their engines and ducts are arranged. The only real problem with the Sega CD version is that it's slow. Better than the Super Nintendo version, though. Bonjour, Lieutenant. You are called Maverick, no? I am called Angel. I'm just reviewing some figures on our recent encounters with the Kilrathi. Hi, Life Forcer. Blah, blah, blah. The Dralthi is the fighter we see the most. It takes 1 point something missiles and 1.4 missiles, there we go. And upwards of 7 laser shots to destroy a Dralthi. Also, I'm going to warn you guys, I'm not very good at this game. I practiced up enough to get used to the controller plus keyboard setup you gotta do. But I make no promises that we will win the game in the end. We might see the bad ending, and this might be one of the few instances where we actually see the bad path of this game go through. That's my test save. Let's save down here in the front. Game name. Stream 1. The fact that the controller is a little bit tetchy here is, makes lining up shots a little difficult in a game where it was already kind of difficult. Life Forcer is correct. The game does account for that in a lot of ways. The speed run to the good ending, in fact, involves flying exactly 4 missions and ejecting out of every other one. You can get the bad end by just immediately launching and ejecting repeatedly over and over again very quickly if you want to. I'm gonna give it an honest attempt, though. Mission briefing, NEO system. Alert. Man, that's going fast. Blue Devil Squadron at first patrol. Killer Bees have the next shift. We're in Hornets. Be flying with experienced pilots on your first missions. Want the rookies to fly as wing leaders. Incidentally, because the character of Christopher Blair hadn't been set yet, the Sega CD version calls him Hotshot, but his canonical call sign becomes Maverick eventually. This is not my first time with the first game. I never finished it because my only access to it originally was renting it on the Super Nintendo, which is not an ideal way to play it. But I own 1 through 4 via Good Old Games now, so I figured might as well at least play the first one and give it a shot. I'm only going to reload in the case of actual death. So if we end up losing, we end up losing. Hello, Ace Nick. How you doing? Started a little late today. Yeah, I've heard about Super Wing Commander, but I don't really know anything about it. Yeah, Mark Hamill is supposed to be the same character as the main character in the first two games, despite the fact that he looks nothing like him. So, you got our standard flying around stuff. You can watch my character's hand move around. The Hornet has 2 lasers, a selection of 2 dumbfire rockets, and 1 heat-seeking rocket. Low armor, low shields, but it's fast. You can autopilot to hop to your next destination. And let's get going. Now, enemy ships generally won't ram into you on purpose. I whiffed that shot wildly. But you can ram into them. One down. It's 2 down. Get that last one spared, or did he just bugger up? Whoa, or did he just take off? Looks like there's nobody here. Let's, not come to a complete stop. Let's slow down. Now we should be in the asteroid field. Which is just, don't fly into the rocks. You cannot shoot them in this game. That. Can't believe I actually hit an asteroid. I've never done that before. Well, generally, you're not getting shot in the front anyway, so I'm not super concerned about losing all that armor up there. Yeah, you gotta really feel out the aim in this one because you don't have any of the nice modern conveniences of even 2, which added in, for the better ships, the leading sight. Something you really want to do, especially in the Hornet, is make use of your afterburner, like a lot. Your speed is really all you've got going for you in this thing. Oh, nice. Got him. Good job. Sure didn't even get too shot up this time. Your wingmen are variably useful. Oh, God. I forgot there was an asteroid field here. Asteroid fields in this game kind of suck. Minefields in this game really suck. Absolutely terrible. As you can see, I used up half of my fuel on afterburners in those fights to avoid getting shot at all. Mainly because the Hornet really sucks, and you can't take too many shots. Now, you guys play the Wing Commander games? TIE Fighter is another game I owned the CD Collector's Edition of. Never finished it. Whoop. Stop. Gotta call the Tiger's Claw to request landing, which I'm doing through, I'm upside down. Yeah, I do a lot through the keyboard on this still, even if you're using a computer. Or a controller, rather. And if you don't call in for landing clearance, you will just crash right into the carrier and probably die. Which is why I like to take it slow coming in. It should automatically... yeah, take over for you once you get close enough. But sometimes it doesn't. No, I hit an asteroid, I'm embarrassed to say. The second game officially gets voices in it. Not for every scene, but some. My prey is coming from the spirit. The original one, and I think I rented Secret Missions on the SNES once, my only real encounters with the series. Got 3 of the hairballs. Spirit get 1 or 2? 1. I never saw Strike Commander anywhere. I've not played any of the Elite games. Here, you flew a Spirit yesterday, Maverick. A quiet little thing, but she's a heck of a flyer. Rock steady, follows orders, don't fire till she's sure overshot. Always glad to have Spirit on my wing when I was still flying. Speaking of, she's right here playing a Kodo, I assume. Konnichiwa, Blair-san. Please take a seat. I may say so, you were doing quite well. You flew a whole 1 mission and didn't die. Colonel Sama is most pleased with your performance thus far. There was no need to praise me before him, though, Honorable Second Lieutenant. Spirit gets less bad about this from what I've seen in the second game. never played Colony Wars either. You're Maverick, right? You call me Hunter. Right? G'day. He's Australian, you get it? Spirit here was telling me about your tumble with the hairballs. We will fly with Hunter eventually. Way later. The game scales up how competent your wingmen are supposed to be as you get further in. Doing some hairball, twisting about, trying to get a missile lock. Formations, uniforms, medals, wingmen, it's all sheep dip. I don't even know what that means. All a Bruce can count on out there is himself and his missiles. You're too Australian, man. I don't understand your statements. Let's see if I can recognize the names based off the names. Right above us is Maniac, Lieutenant Todd Marshall. Spirit is above him. Devro is Angel. Kumalo, I want to say, is Knight. I don't know who St. John is off the top of my head. Taggart is Paladin. Chen is Boss Man, and Casey is Iceman, I think. Alright, second mission. We can view our medals. We don't have any. Off to mission 2. This should be an escort mission, if I recall. You dip sheep in it to get rid of parasites. Huh, okay. Okay, yeah, we're escorting a transport. These things could die real quick, so this mission is actually kind of tough. Especially if you don't know that you can try to taunt the enemies into attacking you instead of the transport. It doesn't always work, but you can try. Why is Nav 1 so far out of the way? Another asteroid field. Be sitting here trying to figure out who St. John is. Who is that? Oh, that might be Hunter, who we were just talking to. No one uses their real names. Everybody goes by their call signs. There's the transport. Don't crash into it. I'll swap over to my heat seeker. Alright, that's 2 down. Transport's looking okay. crashed into that guy. Ramming your targets is effective. It's dangerous, though. Okay, let's wait for the transport to jump out. And there it goes. Now, we could go straight back through the asteroid field, or we could go slightly out of our way to avoid it, which I'm going to do because I get a little bumpy. Oops. I want to call the Tiger's Claw. There we go. Request landing. Now, you want to make sure you aim for the front end, because again, you can and will bump into the damn thing. If I recall in the SNES version, your wingmates did a lot. They just slam right into the damn thing and die or blow it up. If your wingman gets shot down in this, they do in fact die in this one. In later games, they have a bit of plot armor, and they'll actually eject, but in this one, they will just straight up die. Sure got yourself shot up, sir. No, I bumped a dude. I crashed into a guy. Don't think I've been shot yet. If your wingman dies, you have to do the rest of the sector that you're in alone. They do not give you another one. You have one wingman per sector. I don't think you'll get everybody unless you take a very specific route through the game, though. And this is a game where you definitely don't want to be fighting, like, 4 guys by yourself. They will, that is tough. About 5 Kilrathi. Spirit struck out. Yep, we watched it go. Just like we were supposed to. I'll see you in my office in a couple of hours, Maverick. Stop wrecking up your planes, Maverick. Blair, come in. I need to speak with you. Yes, sir? Blair is short for blue hair, by the way. We'll be leaving Enyo soon, and I need to make some personnel changes. Effective immediately following the jump, you'll be reassigned. I want you in a Scimitar-class medium fighter with the Blue Devil Squadron. Yes, sir, you won't be sorry. Good, I'm glad to hear it. That's all, then. Second Lieutenant dismissed. We should get a medal here, too, yep. Because I took out all 5 of the guys, and the transport made it out. Meritorious conduct in confronting the Kilrathi enemy. In the Enyo system, on or about 2654.110. Terran Confederation is proud to present the Bronze Star to 2nd Lieutenant Blair. Your courage is exemplary of the Confederation's finest defenders. Good job, Maverick. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Filled with pride, you meet the applause of your fellows. Incidentally, any of y'all watch Doug back in the day? There was an episode of Doug where he gets a video game system and kind of gets like addicted to video games for a little bit. The game portrayed in that episode of Doug is basically Wing Commander, like straight up. That's Iceman and Knight over there. Knight's a darn reliable pilot. Solid shot, steady flyer. Not flashy at all. Sort of a craftsman. Gets the job done, though. Iceman, though, he's an artist. Best pilot on the Tiger's Claw. Leaves to fly and to fight. He's totally ruthless and completely deadly. Some of the pilots say he's got a Freon for blood. At least that's where he's got the call sign. Maverick, they call me Iceman. Don't let Knight fool you. The Sim's a gun-heavy slug. Forget finesse, just head straight in, guns blaring. Give me a ship that takes skill. A Raptor, even a Hornet. One of those new Rapiers. If half of what they say is true, the Rapier is a true artist ship. Maverick, right? I'm Knight. Welcome to the Blue Devils. Ever flown Scimitars before? I think you're gonna like them. Scimitar isn't quite as fast or nimble as a Hornet. He's got twice the armor, as well as heavier guns. She handles like a Centurion mud pig. Iceman here, I'll try to tell you that speed and handling will save your butt. But I'll take an extra 3 centimeters of Durasteel plating every day. On 2 missions, we've gotten 8 kills, which means our kill ratio is ludicrous compared to everybody else. Dream Mission 3. And if we look at our medals, we can now see our Bronze Star. There it is. Oh, real quick. Pop up our sector map again. Because we did well in Enyo, we have moved up to past Dino to McAwful, just before the line of Kilrathi space. Anyways, back to game. The awful system. Be a paladin this time. We're still running preliminary patrols. Maverick, you'll be flying a 4-point route, checking several potential jump points. Here's your flight plan. Oh, there's our first minefield. Long-range scanners indicate whatever. Might be a minefield. Scimitar. We've got 2 dumbfire dart missiles, 3 heat seekers, and mass drivers, which hit a little harder, but have a little less effective range. That's not what I wanted to do. Autopilot. Why can I not autopilot? Don't know why that wasn't working, but here we go. That's one down. Paladin got one. Good job, Paladin. Doug has a heated gamer moment. Alright. Off to... Nav 2. Now then, they want us to go to Nav 3, but I don't want to deal with that minefield, so what I'm going to do is... go to Nav 4. Because you can do that. You can do things out of order. The game don't really care. Break an attack, buddy. Let's get him. That guy's out of here. What the hell are you doing, buddy? Way to waypoint 4. Okay, now this way we should dodge the minefield. Or at least most of it. Yeah, not all of it. Ironically, one of the best ways to get through a minefield is to just go full blast and wave yourself around wildly, because things only ever spawn in front of you. Didn't even get too busted up this time. Why did I not land? There we go. Oh, way pretty clean, sir. Yeah, we did pretty good. Well flowing, Maverick. Thanks, sir. Having Paladin on that wing made it easy. Well, laddie, don't brag on me or the Colonel will start expecting more from me. Let's go over the mission report. We got 4. Paladin got 1. That's all then, dismissed. That Maniac and Boss Man over there yet? Maniac's a real lunatic. Good pilot, but way too erratic. It was just coming up when the flea bags put me out of commission. Between you and me, I'd rather fly alone than with Maniac on my wing. Boss Man's another story, though. The real team leader. Crack pilot with 17 years behind him. Blown everything in the Terran fleet. Blown up at least one of every class that the Kilrathi have. Hey Maverick, I'm Maniac. Glad to meet you. Boss Man says we're gonna see some action against some battleships soon. I can't wait. Dodging flak and fighter cover to make a missile run at a destroyer? Man, that'll be a rush. Get in there quick, waste the mama cat, then pick off the kittens one by one. That's the way to do it. Sit down, Maverick. They call me Boss Man. I've been watching you. You look good for a rookie. Handle yourself well in a dogfight. We're gonna be facing some bigger ships soon. Alright, some serious action. A lot of young pilots get excited when they see their first destroyer. What do you mean by that, boss? They lose their heads and go straight in for the battleship. Then a light fighter they forgot about blasts them from behind. Big ships move slow and turn like pigs. The thing to do is clean up the fighter cover first. Then go for the battleship. We've surpassed Maniac in kill count at 1/3 of the missions. I'll be back, so enjoy this smooth jazz for a few minutes. One moment. just so you guys know, in my test run of the game to get used to how the game controls, I played through this system as well, so I know what's coming here, roughly. My first death came in one of these missions. I forget which one. Well, boys and girls, things are getting ready to heat up. Federation's getting ready to mount a major offensive. We're expecting several supply ships within the next 48 hours. Scanners show increased Kelrathi activity in the system. Gotta clean up the enemy presence here before the tankers and sports start to arrive. Hit a large bogey about 90,000 clicks out. Jumped in 20 minutes ago and seems to be headed this way. Might just be a transport, but it's probably a small warship. Maverick, you and Paladin are going to go out and get a look at it. And destroy it if you can. Yep, we're on a battleship raid. The bogey continues at its present course and speed. You should meet it here at Nav 1. Set that a fighter escort in the area as well. Be on the lookout for additional bogeys. That's just a simple in and out. Now in this game, you can just shoot capital ships to death with your guns. In later games, that's not always the case. Never mind, he's already broke their attack, that's fine. Alright, let's get moving. Paladin looks like he's having a bit of trouble over there. Landing those kill shots can be a little tricky sometimes. I get for fumbling with the controls, I guess. This is a little different depending on when you die, incidentally. Ate a few too many hits from those, those first ones. Alright, let's try that again. I think that's exactly what happened when I was playing this to test it out earlier, as well. Too, as I noticed it a little too late. How to not make the same mistake we did last time and just fly directly into a bunch of laser shots. Nope, not bad. Shields recharge a bit. Got it. Generally, you want to save your missiles for those, but, you know how it is. It got a little hot out there, sir, yeah. That was a bit of a fight. Nice job, Maverick. You too, Paladin. Congratulations to the both of you. Kid did all the work, sir. I was just along for the ride. Skilrothi destroyers really aren't much to worry about, sir. I don't know, Maverick. They had you outgunned as well as outnumbered. Now, to review the mission. First shows you killed 6, Maverick, and none for Paladin. By the way, we have identified the big bogey as a Ralari-class destroyer. Good job taking her out. And Maverick, I want to see you in my office in an hour. That's all. Dismissed. Blair, come in. I need to speak with you. Yes, sir? I've been speaking with Sector Command. The brass have been reviewing your record, and I have good news. The order came in this morning. I'm authorized to promote you. Congratulations, First Lieutenant Blair. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. I'll do my best. Good. I'm glad to hear it. That's all then. First Lieutenant, dismissed. And we get a medal, too. For meritorious conduct in confronting the Kilrathi enemy and the McAuliffe system. Terran Confederations present a Bronze Star to First Lieutenant Blair. It's our second one. Your courage is exemplary of the Confederation's finest defenders. Good job, Maverick. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Filled with pride, you meet the applause of your fellows. Hey there, Maverick. Get you something? Glad to see you and Paladin getting along so well. He'll be retiring soon, you know. Been flying fighters for 20-odd years, and now they're putting him out to pasture. He and I used to fly together back before the war started. Darn good man. The old claw will miss him. He's been knocking a few back here. I'd like to tell you, laddie, it's been good flying with you. We'll be pulling out of McAuliffe soon. And the Colonel likes to shake up the wings every now and then. Let me give you one last piece of advice. A young wingman ain't gonna stick by you the way I have, lad. That's no criticism of him, just a fact. Youngster's got a name to make and a career to think on. He'll be looking to make a hero of himself. Old man like myself, on the other hand, well, I'm just wanting to make it back so I can retire in one piece. Maverick, sit down. I want to compare notes with you. Been watching the way Dralthi maneuver, and I think I noticed something. Seems to me that when you're hot in a Dralthi's tail, and he pulls a loop to shake you, he always goes up or down, never to the side. Ever notice that? You shrug in tentative agreement. Well, they do. Always up or down, never left or right. You know, lad, I believe you're right. I think it's because those big wings block their visions to the sides. Below, between the wings, their vision is clear. "18 kills in 4 missions. Mission 5. Which will be the end of this sector. This is, I believe, another escort mission. We're going to be leaving McAuliffe late tomorrow, but first we have a half a dozen sports and tankers coming in. At least one Kilrathi carrier in the system. We're expecting the hairballs to make a play for most of the sports. Here are the assignments for the transport escorts. Blah blah blah, you draw the final run. I reckon Paladin will take the last detail. You'll rendezvous with a Draymond-class tanker here at Nav 1. As soon as it arrives, the tanker will head for the Tiger's Claw. It'll be moving at top speed and won't deviate from its shortest course, so you'll have to protect it from any attackers. Stay close, don't let the enemy fighters draw you away from the tanker. But one more thing, boys and girls, intelligence indicates that Budrak's Starkiller may be in the system. It's one of the Kilrathi's best. Flies a Southie, light fighter. Our records credit him with 64 kills, counting freighters and battleships. Now if you hear that and think we'll probably run into him, you would be right. You do not need to shoot him down as part of the mission. If you can make him run off, that's fine. And he will, in fact, try to lead you away from the tanker. Let's get him. That would be our freighter popping in. I don't know why we get the slow music in this mission no matter what happens. This is usually what happens if you're, like, failing, but we are not yet. Can we catch this guy? Nah, looks like Burak got away. We're out of fuel. Oh well. I think the transport made it. Yeah, there it is. Might be on the wrong side of the ship here. We'll run into Star Killer later, since we didn't get him this time. Well done, gentlemen. The Taker Commander asked me to commend you both. Okay, I did make it. Just glad to get that sport back to the claw, sir. I'll go discounting the fun and giving the hairballs a black eye, lad. Enough of that, though. Let's review the mission. We racked up 6 Kilrathi, Maverick, and Paladin came up empty. Want to see you in my office later, Maverick. Dismissed. Speak with you, yes, sir. We'll be leaving soon. I need to make some personnel changes. Effective immediately following the jump, you'll be reassigned. I want you in the Star Slayer Squadron, flying a Raptor-class heavy fighter. Yes, sir. You won't be sorry. Good. I'm glad to hear it. That's all, First Lieutenant. Dismissed. Now, this scene is different depending on if you are on the winning or losing path. Terran Research Colony. Kilrathi Marines evading the Caliph's civilian research installation. Met with resistance, armed with improvised weapons and remarkable courage. The researchers managed to kill or capture the entire Kilrathi platoon. If you're on the losing path, they Kilrathi just slaughter the entire station. Now let's pop up our map. Because we did well in the Mikhalif system, we're heading a little bit to the upright to Gimli. Just across the lines. We are now in enemy territory. Hey there, Maverick. Welcome to the Gimli system. Vacation spot of the Empire of Kilra. Gimli's habitable world is one huge forest. Kilrathi nobles and officers come here to hunt with their bare claws. I hear they bring human POWs here and turn them loose in the woods, just so the hairy brutes can get their kicks by hunting them down. Man, I'll be glad when we kick those flea bags out of the sector. Let me give you a tip, kid. Never rush a Jalthi head-on. Jalthi carries 6 front-mounted laser cannons. First shot takes out your shields. Next will blow through the cockpit into the reactor. Ah, bonjour, First Lieutenant. I've been reviewing our data on the Kilrathi starfighters. Our information indicates that in all cases, their side armor is weaker than that to the front or rear. One more reason not to play chicken with a Jalthi. Indeed, Monsieur, the best attack line would be from the flanks. Catching up to Angel. And this is where my test campaign stopped. So we're getting into stuff I've not already played once. I think we could have gotten another medal if we had shot down the ace in the last mission, but Scimitar's a little too slow to catch up to him. Hydrate. There we go. Apparently there was a hair in my cup. Blech. It's save, right? Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna read this now. Mission briefing. Alright, boys and girls, listen up. Just jumped into the Gimli system, we got some work to do. Gimli has been occupied by the Kilrathi for some time. Law is not the first Terran ship to arrive. We've got a handful of battleships already in system. Most of these ships are currently under attack by Kilrathi. Oh, thank you for the raid, Frenea. How's your stream? So we're dispatching fighters. Colonel Cook assigns the wings. Yours is the 6th assign. Thank you for the follow, Runia. Maverick, you'll lead Zeta Wing to assist an Exeter-class destroyer. Steal yourself. I did start a little late today. Skipper reports at least 3 Kilrathi fighters in there, so we gotta try and save a destroyer. Hello, everyone. Hope y'all are doing. Oh, good. I'm glad I did not mess it up. We're playing Wing Commander, the original, the DOS release. Yes, I don't think we've ever actually met in an official situation before. Running Rabbit in the Steel. Ah, neat. Newt. Hi, Cyrockanoo. How you doing? I'm playing this game Iron Man style. This game has a winning and losing route, so as long as we don't die, I'm not reloading, no matter how much I mess up. We are now in the Raptor. We have multiple guns now. We're under attack immediately. We're a little faster, and we've got better missiles. Of course, our full guns drain our weapon power real fast. Oh, nice shot. Wingman actually got somebody. Where is this guy? There you are. Damn, Angel is taking them all out. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear that you enjoy what I do. I need to start getting some kills here. I'm getting shown up by my wingman. I need to stop missing every shot. Goddamn. Oh, I'm eating shit all of a sudden. Let's go to El Dorado, a classic. Boy, I got real messed up in that fight. There's a good chance we might die here. That's fine, though. I can just reload it if we die. Break an attack. Oh my god, I cannot tell what's happening. Ah, we have failed. The Exector is down. I don't think there was any way we were saving that. Oh, that's our first botched mission of the campaign. I really don't think there was anything we could have done to prevent that. I think it was too far gone by the time we got in range. Can't always shoot a couple of them down. Oh well, losing a mission here and there is fine. The game gives you plenty of chances to make up, even if you end up on the losing path part of the way. Picked up the destination on the destruction... we picked up the destruction of the Exector on our sensors, Maverick. That trip was crucial to Confederation strategy in this sector. Gonna cost us dearly. I know, sir. I got 4 Kilrathi, Angel got 2, that's all then. Yep, that went bad. Hey Maverick, how's it going? What about those new rapiers? Everybody's talking about them. I'm not so sure about them, though. This up my whole career in scimitars and raptors. I like the raptor the best, even though she didn't handle too good. Sure was fast once you got her going, though. Looking forward to seeing one of those new rapiers. They say that she's got tougher shields than anything in the fleet. She may be just about invulnerable. Hang about there, mate. She may have God's own shields, but she's armored like a light fighter. If they knock down the shields, she's no tougher than a hornet. Wow, I never thought about that. Now, mate, have you heard the news? Claw's getting a prototype rapier to test fly. Been looking over the specs on her. Tagged as a light fighter, but she's better armed than a scimitar. A pair of laser cannons for distance work, and a set of neutron guns for dirty infighting. I think the next mission is, in fact, a test flight of the rapier. 20 minutes into the briefing. The last patrol will be Omicron Wing. That'll be Maverick and Angel. Right, sir. A simple 3-point patrol route. Take a look at your flight plan. Asteroids. Just fly by each nav point, watching for signs of enemy activity. There's a field of what looks like asteroids around Nav 1. But watch yourself in that area. There's one more thing about this mission I need to mention. You've just gotten a pair of prototype starfighters, Rapier class. The press wants to know that Rapier performs in action, so I want you to put her through the paces. Good job, Maverick, you lucky bloke. Let me know how she feels. Now, I don't want you going nuts out there, Maverick. This is a hot piece of hardware, but it hasn't been tested under fire. No one really knows what she can do or what she can't. I understand, sir. Don't try anything too fancy. Good. Now, if there aren't any questions... Alright then, squadron dismissed. So the way the branching in this works is there are victory points assigned to every objective, from going to a nav point, to shooting down enemies, to saving ships that you're supposed to escort, etc. If you get a certain percentage of the points possible in a system, you move on the winning path, so to speak. If you do not, you move on the losing path or the neutral path, depending on where you are. We're currently on the winning path. We've successfully did everything in the previous two. I don't know how bad losing the destroyer there is going to be in the grand scheme of things. Ooh. Because this is farther than I've ever played in the game in the past. But like I said, if we end up going to the losing path of the war, that's fine. I just want to get to an end. I'm curious to see how I can do on my own. Playing through for the first time. Let's get out of these asteroids. I can't turn to look at you. If you want something. There's no pausing this. I just started a mission. And of course we have enemies, because why wouldn't we? Now then, the laser guns ain't gonna do a whole lot for us. So let's just focus on getting nice and close and blasting them with the neutron guns. Or I guess just crashing directly into the guy, that's fine, right? Oh, that's cute. Yeah, Angel is very bad. This game is pretty bad about their stereotypes being incredibly stereotyped. The sequel gets a little better about that, although Angel still throws a lot of French in there. There. In this game, we have, in the first set of missions, we had Spirit, a Japanese wingman, who put a lot of Japanese into her text. I've only got our dumbfires left. Bumped right into that guy. Lost our frontal armor. Not ideal, but... you all right over there, Angel? You got a bit of a follower. I don't know what that part's supposed to be, but it really does look like a broken toilet seat, doesn't it? First landing. I have to play this with a mixture of my controller, which is a little touchy in this, and keyboard controls. It's old enough that that's how it is. You can play it totally fine on the keyboard, I'd just rather not. Why am I... Please don't bump into it. Please don't bump into it. Oh my god. You know what, I'm gonna back off a bit here and try again. Landing is automatic, but it's still shockingly dangerous to do. If the scene doesn't trigger, you will just bump into the carrier, and that will be very bad. Why are we not landing? There! Goddamn, finally. Don't know why that was such a bother that time. How you doing, Anani? Alright, so we failed the first mission, we've succeeded the second one. Welcome back, Maverick. What do you think of the rapier? Quite a ship, sir. Slid through the asteroids at Nav 1 well enough, and handled real well against the wing of Gratha near Nav 3. What do you think, Devro? I must agree with the First Lieutenant, mon Colonel. It is quite a vessel. I believe it will prove more effective even than the Raptor, especially against more nimble Kilrathi fighters. Very well then, I'll pass that along to Tactical. Already reviewed your flight recorder's mission report. You got 5 kills, Angel got 1. I want to see you in my office after you've cleaned up. Dismissed. I need to speak with you. Yes, sir. I'm speaking with Sector Command. The brass have been reviewing your record, and I have good news. Order came in this morning. I've been authorized to promote you. Congratulations, Captain Blair. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. I'll do my best. Good. Glad to hear it. That's all then, Captain. Dismissed. Hear what they're saying in Blue Devil Squadron? Word is one of their boys ran into Dakath on patrol yesterday. You know Dakath, right? The Kilrathi ace that flies at Dralthi? Got 78 confirmed kills, counting fighters and capital ships. They say his name means Deathstroke in Kilrathi, because that's how he gets his jollies. He likes to shoot pilots who've ejected as they wait for a pickup. You cannot in this, sadly. You can only play as Christopher Blair, although he's not named in this game. Eventually, in the third game, he's played by Mark Hamill, when it moves to FMV. Lots of talk going around about this Dakath guy. Well, don't sweat that fuzzball too much. Casey ran into Dakath a couple of years ago near Planck Star. Dakath got his rep by shooting helpless men, but he's not so tough if you're still on your ship. Watch him when you're on his tail. He likes to burn out with his afterburners, or he'll try to get behind you with a kickstop. So Maverick, now you've flown a rapier, you like it? You nod as you sip your drink. Read that we're getting the first rapier squadron on active duty. Colonel's already named the squadron Black Lion. Wonder who'll be assigned to it. We're exactly 1 kill behind Angel on the list, but at a significant fraction of flown missions. Mission 8. This will be the final mission in this sector, no matter how it goes. I don't know what this mission is. Let's find out together. Alright, boys and girls. We got something. Either the Kilrathi are pulling out of Gimli, or they're gearing up to push us out. Either way, we gotta find out what they're up to. First on the hit parade is what looks like a squadron of fighters. Maverick and Angel will fly at Tau Wing to check it out. I believe the bogies are Dralthi. Estimate their present location to be here. If you can take them, go ahead and engage. A break off of the squadron turns out to be too big to handle. Remember, Maverick, I need information worse than I need heroes. Any questions then, Tau Wing? For Dakath's in the sector? He may be careful. He's very dangerous. We need to know if he's here. Yes, sir. Right then, let's move along. Blah, 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 let's go. Have a nice dinner. Back in our Raptor, looks like. Let's go fight. That's one down. Two down. First set down. Hello, Ash. How you doing? You're not getting away, buddy. One Kilrathi ace down. Out of 4 in the game. I don't know if that's going to be enough for us to win the sector without the Executor, but we'll see. Talk to the Tiger's Claw, please. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Oh, from Fornea's chat, any of y'all play Wing Commander, the original? Or any of the 3 sequels? There's more than that. Secret Ops Prophecy. There's at least one more, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I guess Strike Commander technically counts. No problems landing this time. Don't know what was going on in that last mission. Got away pretty clean, sir. How'd it go out there, Maverick? Well enough, sir. They were drouthy. 2 wings, 9 in all. Brakath was leading the second wing. Did you take him out? Believe so, sir. His ship blew up at least. Excellent. Good work, Captain. Got your numbers from the mission report. You killed 9, Maverick. And none for Angel. Alright then, dismissed. Medal time. Tiger's Claw does sound like a crappy beer. For meritorious conduct in confronting the Kilrathi enemy in the Gimli system. Another Bronze Star. Pride, immediate applause to your fellows. Alright, we got a cutscene. Let's see what happens. Outside a Kilrathi military installation, Brimstone system. As Terran starfighters gain control in space at Brimstone, a daring band of human saboteurs strikes a major Kilrathi base. With the destruction of this installation, Kilrathi hold on the strategic Brimstone system is broken. This was the success path, so losing the destroyer in the first mission was not enough to knock us off of the winning path. Which means I don't know where we are. See if anyone has to say. Hey, Maverick, good to see you again. Dakota. We just jumped into Dakota system, you know? Basically an aggro colony, but they've had an outbreak of Watson's disease. The colonists here are a proud bunch, and they waited to call for help. That's bad news. Watsons can wipe out a whole city in just a few weeks. There's no cure yet, but the Confederation's sporting in a vaccine. So let's pop up our map. So we moved from Gimli in the just above the dotted line on the right side, over to the left, past Hammer to Dakota, back on our side of the lines. Hey, Maniac. Hey, Maverick, I feel like griping about wingmen. Care to join in? Take Knight, for example. Well, that's like an old lady, no vision. And he couldn't find a target if his wingman's life depended on it. Which it usually does. Yeah, an angel. Always studying, planning. Just fly, I say. Anybody on the claw you don't mind flying with, Squirt? First off, let's watch the Squirt cracks. Second, there's a couple of pilots I don't mind flying with. You're not too bad, Hunter. Almost as good as me. And there's Iceman. Ice is scary, man. I mean, I'm in it for the flying. He's in it for the killing, I think. Incidentally, Second Lieutenant Marshal is Maverick down there on the kill board. Those 9 kills jumped us up to 4th place on the leaderboard, 8 missions in. Here, mate. Hunter's teaching me how to fly. Can you believe it? Someone better. You're dangerous, and not just to the Kilrathi. I'm dangerous. Just from the guy who goes to afterburners the instant he smells a target. At least I go after him. Some of you old guys don't always do that. I hate to admit it, mate, but you're right about some of the old guys. Knight, Paladin, and some others. They must be cat lovers or pacifists. Don't let me in with that lot, mate. The more Kilrathi blood I smell, the nastier I get. Mission 9. I got our medals. By medals, I mean our singular medal with 3 bars on it. We could have some more medals, a silver and gold star at this point, I believe, but I've not done well enough to get them. Alright, let's see what we're flying in the Dakota sector. I've never been here before, so this is all new to me. 20 minutes into the briefing. You may have heard there's an outbreak of Watson's disease here. It's spreading across the 4th planet Fargo like wildfire. If we don't get a vaccine down there soon, that colony's history. In order to provide primary cover for medical transports. The job will be to cover the Draymans as they come and go. Camoing will consist of Maverick and Knight. I'm counting on you two to come through. So are the colonists down on Fargo. We'll first proceed to Nav-1, escorting an outbound hospital ship. Your objective is to protect her from the Kilrathi till she makes her jump out. Once she's gone, go to Nav-2, where you'll rendezvous with another sport. Bring this Drayman back to the Tiger's Claw in one piece. She's the one carrying the vaccine for Fargo. Any questions? No, sir. None here, Colonel. Very good. That's all, gentlemen. They didn't say what we're flying. Now, it looks like we're still in Raptors. Okay. Break and attack, Knight. So probably not in great shape, but it's alive. Make these guys mad, so I attack me instead of the freighter. Shit. Got it just before I jumped out. That's very frustrating. Escort missions in this game are extremely difficult because the escorts, even the destroyers, are basically defenseless. And we're dead. So I guess we get another shot. Alright, one more time. Skip that? Sure can, okay. Probably gonna die a lot. Okay. They got the transport again. Maybe going full guns just ain't the way I need to be doing this, so I'm not a good enough shot for it. saved the second transport. Knight's in a bad way, but he survived. We got the vaccine back, which is better than nothing, I guess. A little bad that the hospital ship got blown up, but what are you gonna do? Kilrathi war crimes. Yeah, we got shot up pretty good. Let's have your report. We were jumped by a wing of Jollity, sir. They trashed the sport. Barely got out there with our lives, sir. Yeah, we can get another hospital ship there in time. We saved that one, though. Shot down 7, Knight got 2. Speak with you. Speaking with Sector Command, the press review record, I have good news. You're getting promoted, even though you completely botched that mission. Congratulations, Major Blair. Maverick, you're big news lately. Heard you did take out some Krantz last time out. That's you made it back in one piece. Those babies can be tough. Here, the Jollity is even tougher. One of those 6-shooters on your tail, and you can kiss it goodbye. I'll bet if you get low and behind a Jollity, you'd toast it. And no rear visibility, and big old bullseye exhausts. Bad design no matter how many guns you got up front. Damn, miss off those rear pipes and boom, no more kitty. Join me, Maverick. Knight is poor company and I feel the need to talk. I've been studying the history and progress of the war, and I see that things are going fairly well for us. To maintain our position, we must be ever vigilant, ever alert. We must fight as if there were no tomorrow, for in truth, that is the case. Every day the Kilrathi bring up more troops. They challenge us harder each time we fly. The very future of humanity rests with us, a heavy burden. But one we must bear, for if we don't, who will? Hey Maverick, have a seat. I heard some talk lately that burns me up. Someone's saying I'm unsafe to fly with and that I'm a cat lover. Well, I won't stand for that kind of slander, it's not true. I may not be as high-flying as Hunter, but I get the job done in one piece. But hey, you're not the guy to complain to. After all, we've flown together now. You know you can count on me, it's just a matter of trust. Thanks for the shoulder, Maverick. Number 3 on the leaderboard. And 10. Minutes into the briefing. Brings us to our patrol wings. Lambda Wing will fly a 3-point patrol. Things have been quiet lately. Too quiet. The Kilrathi are definitely out there. Problem is we don't know where. They did not. Maverick, you and Knight will investigate. Maverick believes the mission. Patrol be as follows. You can see there's not much to go on. There's some debris near Nav 1. Could be rocks, could be mines. Stay alert. Midpoint Nav 2 seems to be clear. As does Nav 3. Make your rounds and return with your report. Unless you have questions, that's all. You're clear to engage any targets. Use your judgment, though. Don't need to lose more pilots. Even though I saved the second transport, the game did not accept that as good enough. Oh, there's enemies in this asteroid belt. That's awful. Ah. Again, lost all of our front armor, bumping into an asteroid. Not ideal. Yeah, my gun. Whoop. Crashed right into him. Let's try that again. Maybe without running into the rock this time. Wow, I died even faster that time. Amazing. Ooh. arguably in even worse shape this time, so this probably ain't gonna go well. Rough shape, but let's see what we can do. France. partially because I'm pretty sure I suck. I'm aware, man. Still alive, somehow. It'd be real upsetting to crash into an asteroid and die at this point, wouldn't it? On the same wavelength there, I see. There we go. Gotta point myself in the correct direction to land. It got a little hot out there, sir. Yeah, it sure did. Welcome back, gentlemen. What is the situation? There's a welcome committee among the rocks at Nav 1, but they aren't going home. But a rally crash destroyer at Nav 2. She and her escorts gave us some trouble. We took her out in the end. Excellent, Major. That's the kind of report I like to hear. Let's go over your flight recorder data. Yeah, 9, Maverick. Night struck out. Again, good job on destroying that Rolari. Dismissed. Another medal. Victorious, blah blah blah. Hey, a Silver Star. Courage exemplary of the Confederation's finest defenders. Good job, Maverick. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Well, with pride to meet the applause of your fellows. Hey, Maverick, how about a cool drink and a tall tale? Word is we're pulling out soon. Hopefully it's their Kurosawa system. There's some Kilrathi colonies to beat up on when we get there. Also, I heard that one of the Kilrathi aces is flying around these parts. Well, that's Paladin. I think he's taken up with him before. Take care of yourself, Maverick. Well now, lad, it is good to see you again. Have a seat and tilt a glass. Hear old shot glass rumbling about one of the Kilrathi aces. Last I heard, laddie, the only one around these parts was Backtosh Redclaw. It was back a few years when I had a tussle with him. He's one of the nobles, so it's said. While most Kilrathi look at humans as animals, he thinks that we're not even that high or mighty. Anyhow, lad, I was serving on a cruiser ship when he led a Jalthi attack on our ship. He's easily the deadest aim that Kilrad's got to offer. Took out 4 of me mates before he knew it hit us. Keep an eye out for him, lad. He's a tough warrior. Ah, Maverick, join our party. You've done well to this point. I believe you have played a major part. However, should we falter now, I fear we will be pushed back to our colonies. That is not likely. You, myself, all of us can affect that outcome. Think about that when you next fly. It will guide your actions. 10 missions, 58 kills. I have no idea. I'll be right back one more time. One moment. Alright, let's do one more mission. See how we do. Time to waste, people, so let's get to it. D-Wing reports a Kilrathi supply convoy moving into our attack range. We can't pass up a target like this, so Epsilon Wing is going to take it out. Maverick, you'll lead Knight on this one. Boys think you can pull it off? No problem, sir. There's something you don't yet know, Maverick. Our spotters placed by Kashi is here, yep. Kilrathi nobleman, the deadest shot in the entire Kilrathi army. Here's the scenario. First, intercept a Dork-class tanker at jump point near Nav 1. Lower to bits and proceed to Nav 2. At that point, you should sight at least one Kilrathi troop transport. Those transports are your main objective, and probably the best defended. You're to engage, destroy all Kilrathi transports. No survivors. Lock yourself with Redclaw, but concentrate your fire on the sports. Launch in 3 minutes. If we botch this one up, we'll probably end up on the neutral or losing path out of this system. We'll see what happens. We need to kill the transports. gonna just let this happen. I don't mess this up. I'm just gonna let that happen. Let's give that one more shot. That's cool. No, can you save my ass? Ah, he got the transport. Good, good, good. That was, holy shit. Ah, Jalthine, also with most of our armor gone, that's bad. What? I ran into the transport. I think. One more shot. took out the transport. Not land this shot. Okay. Alright, we're in pretty good shape this time, so I don't think the same misfortune will happen. Ooh. Why you gotta fly right in front of me, man? God damn it. Crashed into his exploding corpse. Alright, one more time. this mission is, gonna be so much trouble. We're in, like, perfect shape there, too. I don't know why that killed us so quick. Again, that went bad, but we're alive. Knight's barely alive. No! God damn it. The first part of this is such a huge pain in the ass. The problem is there are so many things on screen, it eats inputs. See if we can not die this time. well this time. Huh. Didn't expect that to be a 30-minute ordeal of a mission, but we did it. Yep, we did it. We killed racism. And with that, it's time for me to stop. Gold always wins after 6 attempts. Yep. It sure did. Killed a lot of Kilrathi out there. Good landing, Maverick. How'd things go out there? Tanker's been nailed, sir. It went up in a flash. Good job. How'd you fare against the troop carriers? We got the first transport without too much problem. The second one was tougher. We got her too. Knew you boys could do it. That's damn good work. According to log, you shot down Redclaw. My congratulations. According to your flight recorder, you wasted 11 of the foe's balls, Maverick, and Knight took down 1. Major, stop by my office after your ship. Dismissed. Need to speak with you. We're leaving Dakota soon. You need to make some personnel changes. Effective immediately, you'll be reassigned. Want you in one of the new Rapier-class mediums in Black Lion Squadron. Yes, sir, you won't be sorry. Good, I'm glad to hear it. That's all then, Major. Dismissed. Your medal ceremony. Dismissed to your medal ceremony. Victorious conduct in confronting to kill off the enemy in the Dakota system. Terran Confederation is proud to present the Gold Star to Major Blair. Your courage is exemplary of the Confederation's finest defenders. Good job, Maverick. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. With pride, you meet the applause of your fellows. Meanwhile, human colony on the water planet Hurricane, Port Headland system. After the Terran fleet has defeated the Kilrathi at Port Headland, Hurricane's planetary defenses head off a last-ditch Kilrathi assault. That means we're in Kurosawa, which is notoriously next to impossible to complete on the successful path in the PC version. Yep, we're at the top of the leaderboard by 1 now. We made it. Maverick, how's it going? So here we are in Kurosawa. Kilrathi call it Warak Tha, they say. Empire is supposed to have several bases on and around the 4th planet. So I guess you boys will be seeing some serious action soon. Still, we're not the first Terran ship here. Heard the Kilrathi in the sector are already half beat. Maverick, am I glad to see you? I'm going insane listening to Angel talk about fuel to acceleration ratios. Heard they're about to raid some fuzzball bases. That'd be great. I haven't shot at anything in a week. I'm starting to get restless. Hello, Maverick. You have a moment, no? Colonel has directed our crew chiefs to prepare our rapiers for battle. I'd hoped we would have flown them more before now. C'est la vie. If you get the chance, let me know how they fly. Is Trace... You've flown one. You've been in one. Earlier today, in fact. Save the campaign. I'll take one last look at our map before we stop for the day here. Kurosawa is up in the exact middle, almost, of the Kilra center. Or lines. Right by Cairo, oddly enough, and Asgard. You know, Cairo and Asgard right by each other. But next time, we'll continue on, and, I suppose we'll see what happens. Depending on if we can succeed in Kurosawa, where it's next to impossible to do so, we might end up in Venice and on the winning path no matter what. Or if we fail, we'll end up in Rostov and have one last chance to get to Venice, because Rostov goes to either the win system or the lose system of Hell's Kitchen. But that's for next time. I'm gonna save one more time, just because I'm, that way. He's still going on to raid out there. Went a little longer than we usually do. Oh, Altrox playing GoldenEye 64. Let's go visit. GoldenEye's good. Anyways, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you next time with more of this when I'm solo streaming. Later.